This week, we had so many people working on the cottage renovation. The framers, roofers, AC guys, and electricians were all on site. And a DIY project I decided to take on myself saved us over $8,000. Okay, so this should be another exciting week here at the cottage. And we made a list yesterday of all of the things that we need to do. Romeo is working on removing some beadboard in the hallway and the siding over there. The framer and the roofers will both be here tomorrow. So the framers have a few more little things to do. It's always just one more day. One more day. Next time we come, it's all gonna be finished, but we need one more day. So then the roofer will be here with all of the metal. I ordered all the metal. For the metal, all of the material for our roof for the addition was about $5,000 because it's metal. We knew that. We had to match the original house. So that was about $5,000 in material to give you an idea. They're gonna be here tomorrow to put all of that in. Also, what else? So many things are happening this week. Thursday, the AC will be here. They're gonna run all of the ducting. Some things, different people are gonna be here. Once that framing went up, we are moving pretty fast. So one of the projects that I wanna work on this week are the windows again, but specifically the glass. So I called around to a couple of different glass companies here in town to see how much it would be not only for material, but also for them to come out and replace all of the broken panes of glass. Also did a lot of research on what these old windows were gonna be able to fit in terms of if we wanted to increase the size of the glass or do something that's more energy efficient. After lots and lots of research and lots of measurements, we think that the best decision now is to go ahead and replace it with 1/8 inch glass, then invest the money in someone to come out and actually put a film over all of the windows and the glass to make them more energy efficient. So we saved a lot of money on using these original windows, but we want to make them as energy efficient as possible while still salvaging what was original. So I called around to some glass companies, and where the material wasn't that bad, like the actual glass pricing, they wanted $100 in labor per pane of glass to install them. And I quickly was like, oh, let me try to do this myself. $100 a pane, which maybe that's not high, maybe that's actually a good price. It's actually the lowest price that I had gotten. And then she said, if they have to remove any little speck of glazing that was on the window from previous, she was like, I'm gonna have to charge you a lot for labor. And I just got scared. I think I was scared of it. I did a lot of research. We're gonna be doing it ourselves. And a lot of hardware stores actually cut 1/8 inch glass already. So Lowe's and MG do that already. I'm gonna head and see if we can get at least the front of the house, these more broken ones. We're gonna head and see if we can get the glass cut and see if this is as easy as I hope it's going to be. Well, we have some glass. I pretty much bought out all of the panes of glass that both Lowe's and MG had. And this is what we got. These windows are actually a little different than the rest of the windows in the house. These are single pane and the other ones are double pane. I want them to all look the same and double pane. So I'm gonna come back with some wood over the glass to kind of create that double pane look, but it being a single sheet of glass. So here are all of the supplies that I've researched that I need in order to make this happen. Everyone is here. Everyone. This is the most people that have been at this house forever. I think there are 12 guys here working on various things. we are gonna work on these windows. And I also, in addition to the things that I was going to need, I knew I needed window push points. They're like little metal pieces. So we put the glazing, the glass goes in, the metal pieces go in, and then we put another layer of glazing, I think. And they were on clearance for 57 cents, so I got 400 of them. I definitely don't think I'm gonna need 400 of them, but you never know, so let's get started. I read that if you put linseed oil where you're gonna be putting the glazing, it'll make the glazing last even longer. So just for like longevity. So I figured we'd give it a shot. And let's hope it works, if I can get it open. This doesn't look good for us. Ah, okay.
I don't wanna come on too strong. I'm always worried I'll stay too long, but what's on your mind tonight?
You know I love learning new things, but it's always a little bit intimidating. Okay, so we're using the window glazing, and I read the back and watched videos. I think I got this. I'm gonna use a caulking gun to get it out, obviously. And it's got like an angled tip to help it get where it needs to go. But I think I saw a few of the little window glazing points in there. So I need to remove those, make sure everything's out of the way of the new glass.
Makes me feel better. I'm gonna give this just one try. Oh, what if I told you you took my breath away? And what if I told you I wish that I could stay?
You guys, I have no idea if I did that right, but it can wipe off with a wet cloth, so I think I put enough. Now for the glass time. So I bought these gloves specifically to so I wouldn't cut myself. Safety first, always. And then we'll just lay a piece of glass in.
Heartbreak, or will you love when I say?
Nice and easy.
What if I told you you took my breath away?
You guys, I think I did it. I mean, at least I got the glass in. It fits. Okay, now we put another layer. Ooh, you know what I maybe could do? Maybe so that the glazing, doggies are barking at me. Maybe so that the glazing edge is really clean, maybe I could put some tape down and then go over it with the glazing and then pull the tape up and then it's, will that work? Worth a shot?
Take you out so we can get a little closer now.
I almost forgot to put the push pins. The window, yeah, push points.
What's on your mind? 'Cause all this time I've been wondering, are you feeling what I'm feeling? Or should I just let this slide? Yeah, what if I told you you took my breath away? And what if I told you I wish that I could stay?
Okay. I kind of smoothed it out with my finger, making sure that there was enough and it had like a smooth edge. I'm gonna take the tape. I think the tape was necessary. I'm gonna take the tape off. I did it. If you're a perfectionist like me, you're gonna want that line to be straight. Then we'll let this dry. It said on the container to let it dry for at least 3 days, if not more. So we'll let it dry at least a week and then I'll paint it black. So you won't ever see it, but I want it to be smooth.
I told you you took my breath away. What if I told you I wish that I could stay? What if I told you you took my breath away?
I just saved $100 in labor. I did it. So things I learned after one window. Tape is definitely necessary to create a straight line. You need a wet rag nearby to wet your fingers and to get off the excess it's kind of like caulking. After I was putting it on with the caulking gun, finger to smooth it out so that it had like a nice smooth surface. It doesn't dry too fast. It doesn't dry really slow though. So I found some places like right here in the sun, it was drying a little bit too fast, so I had to actually take that glazing off and put new. Saved $100. Now we're gonna save $200 on this window. Okay, things I've learned after the second time around. Don't do it in the sun, it dries too fast. Also, I realized on this bottle of glazing, it says white. I wonder if it comes in black. Also want to finish up this center part of the window. I asked you guys over on Instagram what you thought, if we should do it all black or all gray mist, or because it wasn't right, and what I did wasn't right. So I replaced the board. Let's just put it this way, I'm a perfectionist. I replaced the board. I'm dealing with it. So I replaced the board. I'm gonna caulk it and I'm gonna prime it, and then I can paint it in gray mist, and then this window's done. And then we'll put the glass in. It's gonna look so good.
City lights burn like fires off into the darkest nights. I wonder if my name will fade away. 'Cause I've been chasing down this dream since I was only 17. What is fame if you forget your reasons? Well, I can feel it. Something good is coming down the line.
I still have a lot of steps, obviously, to do on them, but there's glass and there's glazing. I mean, so what I learned from doing paints 3 and 4 is you get better at it. I did notice that I was going too far with the glaze, like it was too thick, wide-wise, so you could see it from the front. So I'm gonna have to remedy that on the first window. Learning curve, learning process. I'm probably wait until it's dry and cut some of it off in a straight line, or paint the inside a little more, or something like that. I got better with the second one, and I was more cautious about where that molding was on the inside. So anyone has been here over the last couple of days, roofers, my contractor, AC, framing, I mean, we've been getting some things done. So for the roof, the roofers have been here. I purchased all of the metal that was identical to the old house and the original house that was here, and it has like a very specific little profile, I guess. It has like a single hump and then a double hump, so we had to search around just a little bit just to find it. And I thank you guys again for commenting about the slope. I think we all kind of rushed to a conclusion about what they were going to do in that valley, and they were like, no, this was the way it was going to look the whole time. And me too, I was like, no, what about the slope there? That's not good. Here's the pictures. My contractor, fix this, fix this, fix it. And then the framers were like, no, this was how it was going to be the whole time. You just didn't let us get there. I'm sorry. I'll let you do your job, but you don't want to have problems. So I appreciate you guys commenting, and I did it too. I kind of told my contractor, I'm like, this needs to be fixed. I got up there and walked with the roofer. There is still a few things that they're going to come back and do, so it's not quite finished. We just need to move forward on some other things. Like we need the exhaust holes and vents and the AC things. There are other things. So this is a work in progress still, but this is where we're at right now. And I think it looks great. I mean, it's exactly like the existing house. They even patched a few things on the existing house just in the corner. Then also the framers were here for a full day finishing all of the little bitty things through the hallway. They added a supportive header here in the hallway for support. They also installed our attic door so the guys could get up there and put up the ACs and stuff. So this is where the access for that will be, and we can use it for storage. I just can't reach. I can't reach that. So I got one of these little hooks that we'll use to kind of pull down the attic door, and I'll hang it in the laundry room or something. So they did that. They also added a header here. That was one thing they needed to do. They were finished in here, I think. There was nothing to do in the guest bedroom. Oh, no, they actually did. Remember, this used to be a door here. And Romeo was amazing. He went through and pulled off the siding that was here so we could use it, and it's kind of over here somewhere. We are reusing all of the siding in places, and also we removed the beadboard in this hallway and saved it for other projects because all of the hallway is going to be drywall, so it's all consistent. So they closed up this door with a 2x4, and then back out into the hallway. We have a hallway now. So this actually wasn't here before. This was like a little sliver of a wall that used to be there. So we took down the beadboard, they knocked out those studs, so we'll have to do some probably put a transition piece here of flooring. So that's all done. They also finished the guest bathroom. So this little wall, this little 4-inch, 48-inch tall wall, this is going to be kind of decorative. I wanted to tile this and put the mirror above it, and there's going to be 2 lights on each side. So I wanted there to be some definition here. So I built this wall for me. They finished out this area here. So I had them leave this part open because I want to do something really cool. Maybe an old antique hutch for storage, or maybe do like bottom cabinetry with upper shelves for storage, or build it all in. I just wanted to do something cool here to utilize the space. This was their old kitchen. I know, it's crazy what the house used to look like. This was the old kitchen, but it was too big, too wide for a guest bathroom. It was just too much space. So I think I did a pretty good job of utilizing all of the space, used it for storage, opened it up to other rooms. So that's pretty much what we did here. We split the bathroom. So this is the bathroom part, and then that's kind of a storage section. So out here in the hallway, across from the laundry room, which is right here, is going to be a linen closet. So I can store sheets and towels and stuff all here. So that was one storage thing that I have. And then here is going to be the storage for the actual bathroom. And then here is storage for the other room over there, which is my closet. So I can use that as storage on the other side. Also, this was a doorway too. So they got this all closed in and ready to go. Dropped the header for the bifold doors for the laundry room. And I think we just need to cut these guys. I don't know why that's out there like that. They still need to do some things like that, which are weird. I had put the frame measurements here so that they knew exactly what doors I was getting. So I did the framing measurements for them. So our doors are gonna be 80 inches high by 60 inches wide, so 5 foot. So they dropped that header, which is good. The only thing in the primary bedroom I think they added was because they ran out of 2x4s. They put 3 studs here going all the way down because they didn't have this as a supportive thing for that joist or header, support for the roof kind of thing. So they have the 3 studs now on this side, and then there's 3 studs over there. So everything's good. See, our AC's up there already. Exciting. My 6-inch wall behind the clawfoot tub is up. I wanted this as decorative too. Like I wanted this to be a shelf underneath the windows, you know, so the windows will sit kind of up here, and then it'll be a shelf that I'm going to tile all the way down because our faucet for the clawfoot tub actually comes out of the wall. So I really wanted there to be something special here of some kind. You guys saw all of this. They gave me a little shower box here for shampoo and stuff in there. There's the toilet. And then in here, this is all done. This is a little linen closet, and then my closet. So in this closet, this was the storage that we added. So I just utilized all of the space I could that was going to be dead space. So this is all I felt like we could do. Like I could do shoes here or something and have maybe luggage space here, you know, kind of tucked away, because my vanity where I put my makeup on is going to be here below the window. So I'm going to have a window here, an old window there. And then I also used that dead space too because we didn't need that deep of a linen closet. So I'm going to do shelving here for like sweaters or stuff. There's just to utilize the space. And then also our AC units are in. Well, partial of the AC unit. They came out yesterday and laid all the groundwork. They pulled out all of the old ducting, which I need to get a dumpster for. They were like, please tell us that you never turned on the old heater. And I do remember when we first bought the house, it was very cold. It was January, and I did try and turn on the heater, but it wasn't working, so I turned it off. and I think I left it running for a couple of days. He was like, this is in such bad shape. Well, we knew that we were gonna replace it anyways. It just wasn't that big of a deal. So the electricians will be here this weekend, the AC guys will be here this weekend, and the next step is we're still waiting on the siding. So that was a special order to match our old house. It was gonna take 12 to 15 days from when I ordered it, which means 12 days will be Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. Cross your fingers with me and hope that it comes in anytime next week. Then we can have the framer guys and the guys that are gonna side the house back out here so that they could do that. Then we can foam, and then we get drywall. Bada bing, bada boom, we got a house. I'm very excited. So we still have windows to work on because I still have jobs. Like, they're doing major progress and they have teams of people, but we have we have me in my little hands. This is obviously going to be a very repetitive process with all of these windows, just replacing them as the exact same process. I hope I get really good at. You know, you always get really good at something when you're almost done. This isn't the boring stage, but it kind of is. Like, I'm very excited to get to decorating, and we're very close to that stage. And just having it just me and Romeo down here, me and my mom and my dad, just like working. But I'm very grateful for all of the help. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've missed any of the renovation videos, I'll leave the playlist link for you so you can binge watch them all and catch all up, so that when we get to decorating, you know where we started and now where we're at. It's finally starting to look like a house. It's starting to come to life, like the vision's coming to life. So I'm very excited. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know exactly when I upload every week. And I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.